call this meeting of the Only City Council, May 11th, 2026 to order. Please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing as the Reverend Samuel L. Patchett says our opening prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Almighty everlasting God, we thank you for this day and the beauty that you've given us. Lord, there's a lot on the agenda tonight, so Lord, we pray that you just pour out your Holy Spirit on these who have been elected to represent us and who represent you as our authority in the world. So Lord, give them guidance and wisdom, and they make these decisions, and may they honor you. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Miller,
Present.
Councilman Fehrenbacher,
Here.
Councilwoman Eichhorst,
Present.
Councilman Iyer,
Present.
Mayor Lambert.
Here. First item on the agenda, public comments and presentations. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentation of the consent agenda, which includes to approve minutes of the council meeting on April the 27th and 29th, 2026. Approve and authorize payments of accounts payable April 30th and May 12th, 2026. Approve various appointments and reappointments to the boards and commissions. Payment request for the North Avenue water line replacement. Payment request for the Elliott Street Bridge project. Payment request for the East Street Bridge project. And to reschedule the May 25th, 2026 council meeting to May 26th, 2026. Do any of these items need to be removed from the consent agenda? I would accept a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda under presentation of ordinances and resolutions is a request for acceptance of a Buddy Poppy donations at the intersection of Main and East Street from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on May 16th, 2026. Mr. Bradley?
For the past few years, the VFW has been approved to accept donations at the intersection of Main and East Streets. The VFW is again asking permission to accept donations for their annual Poppy Drive this year.
Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to designate a loading zone in a municipal parking lot located between Market Street and Chestnut Street. Mrs. Racklin and Mr. Bradley.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Elaine Racklin, and I am the owner of the Vault Gaming Lounge in Olney. I have asked to appear before the Olney City Council tonight as I am requesting that one parking space be vacated in the city's Market Street parking lot in front of the north overhead door of my building at 206 South Whittle Avenue. So it was the old Olney Daily Mail building that I owned, plus the bank building. And there is an 10 by 18 foot overhead door in the back of the 206 building that I need access to for my deliveries for my vault business, okay? Okay. This would allow direct access to my warehouse for the delivery of products to my business. My delivery trucks access the parking lot. They use the Market Street parking lot for the deliveries to my warehouse door. And if a vehicle is parked in front of my overhead door, it impedes their delivery to go directly into the warehouse, okay? Picturing this? Okay. I have not had an issue with parking in front of this store until about a month ago. In the past, I have left polite notes on vehicles parking in that space, asking that they not park there so that I can have deliveries of my products. And they don't have the hand trucks don't have to go all the way around down the alley, around the cars, and try to get into my doors. Okay, I haven't had until about a month ago, okay? In the past, I've left just nice notes, would you please not park here so that I can have access to my overhead door? And I've not had an issue. I've gotten really complete cooperation with people until recently. A gentleman who works at a local business close to my vault has become irate because I left a note on his vehicle asking them not to park in front of my overhead door so I can have deliveries made. Well, a couple of weeks ago, after I left him a note, he charged into my business, yelling in front of my customers at me that he could park anywhere he pleases because it's a city lot and that I had better not leave any more notes on his vehicle, okay? So, since that time, this gentleman has parked in front of my overhead door purposely every single day that he is in town. He has also recruited a coworker to park in front of my overhead door if he is not at the office. If both of them are there, they both park next to each other in front of my overhead door, again, purposely harassing me. So, it is my request that one parking space be vacated in front of my overhead door and that the space be striped for no parking so I can have direct delivery to my warehouse for my business. I want to just add one little note. I was going to say thank you, but I'd like to also call to your attention that the Market Street parking lot is not in good condition. There's some potholes there. They've been patched. When we had the last snowstorm where we had 14-foot snow drifts in that parking lot for a long time, the plows finally came through and they knocked the heck out of the car stops. They're either broken, they're out of alignment, and so on and so forth. So I would also, while we're discussing this, and Mr. Bradley has seen the condition of the parking lot, that some consideration be given, and we talked about this, to removing the car stops and striping the lot and then striping a no parking area in front of my overhead door. So I don't continue to have this problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Questions, comments?
Question, Ms. Racklin. Sure. If we allow this, can we just assure that you would advise your delivery drivers to not back all the way up to the door, blocking the alley? I know it makes like common sense, but I just
Okay,
anticipate.
they don't back up.
Okay.
What they do is they pull, okay, they can't pull in off of Market Street, okay? I mean, off of Chestnut Street. The turn is too bad, it's the wrong direction. So what they do is they come, usually around First National Bank onto Market, and then they pull into the lot.
Right.
Park there, get their hand trucks out, unload the stuff, bring their hand trucks through my overhead door. So they do not back in or anything. They just park
Right.
and long enough to make my deliveries.
There are curb stops there now preventing a truck backing up, across the alley.
Well,
That's the only thing I would
they're
request.
not, they're
You need the
actually
alley
not
free.
in front of the space right now because the snow plows knocked the heck out of them.
That would be the only concern. I mean, I'm for your access to your business, but just that it not block the alley.
No, we don't block the alley at all. It is just strictly for pull up, get the merchandise out, run it into the warehouse, take off.
I have a question. The semi parks parallel to the building, correct? It's this way, right?
It's behind the vehicles.
It's running this direction.
It's in the,
It's not running this direction.
okay, which way are we going? This direction,
It's
yeah, I mean.
running north and south.
Yeah, it's running north
So
and south.
I don't believe it's being.
If there were a van or a box truck, I mean, the temptation would be to perhaps back up. to the
Well,
building.
if it was a van or a box truck, it would have room to use the alleyway.
Yeah, and actually, there is, from years ago, when the bank and the Olney Daily Mail were there, there's a loading zone
Right.
sign up on the post because
halfway
they used
there.
to park and then the bank couldn't have people use their drive-through.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they couldn't have the drive-through be blocked when Citizens was there. But I'm just asking for one space and I appreciate it.
I'd like to make a comment.
Thank you.
It's, in the resolution, it refers to the sixth space from the north.
Mhm.
It would actually be the fifth space, and there's 28 spaces out there, so that would leave us with 27 spaces. And I would agree, I would recommend us removing at least those parking stops on the west side and striping.
Questions, comments?
One more thing I will add, the parking stops right now are really a hazard because they're so broken up and they technically are a trip hazard.
In light of the existing loading zone sign and a considerable savings to the city of Olney for producing a sign, I would make the motion to approve.
Motion to approve the fifth space. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion?
Would removing all of the, parking curbs help him be able to pull in easier, the truck, or easier?
I think from a safety standpoint, they should be removed, okay? But that's up to the city.
But I meant,
As far as access for my building, all I need is one space vacated.
well, I meant, if we were to remove all, would that give that truck more room to get closer to your building?
Yeah, I mean, if you did, but
Well,
I need.
Not,
to-
There is
it
a-
wouldn't because there'd be
there's a
vehicles
pole right
parked
there too, you know, on
There'd
the
be vehicles
east
parked
side
there.
of the alley. So you know, it's not like you could pull in right next to the
Yeah.
building. There's a pole there. You
Okay.
couldn't do it.
Good point.
Further questions, comments? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is a request of possible ordinance for closure of portions of the east-west alley between East Laurel and East Butler Streets and North Jefferson and North Lincoln Streets. Mr. Rusk.
Good evening. My name's Rylan Rusk, and I'm representing Richland County Community School District Number 1. The board is requesting that the city consider and grant access to the district by vacating the alley between the tax ID properties 06, 35, 35, 350, 008, 06, 35, 304, 083, 06, 35, 304, 085, and 06, 35, 304, 070. In more plain English, this is the alley between the school parking lot and the properties on Lincoln and Butler that the district recently purchased. It's the intention of the district to use this property for educational and extracurricular activities as well as maintenance purposes. The district intends to build a building 42 by 158 feet long on the properties, as well as another maintenance building 46 by 52 feet long. Granting this access would allow for more flexibility in the placement of those buildings. The district is aware that there's not any easements that exist, and I appreciate the council's hearing my request, the district's request.
Questions or comments? Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second? Second. Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is appointment of Mayor Pro Tem, which is a yearly or bi-yearly thing anyway. Generally, historically and traditionally, this has fallen to the senior member of the council, which would be Councilman Jack Iyer. So I would appoint Councilman Jack Iyer as Mayor Pro Tem to serve in my absence. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to accept quote for a 2026 Ford Police Interceptor for the police department and waive formal bidding procedures. Mr. Bradley.
The police department has budgeted $62,500 for this purchase. We are recommending to accept $49,290.72 quote from Ford Square for a 2026 Ford Police Interceptor and to waive formal bidding procedures. This price will allow room for us to spend additional funds on outfitting the vehicle. Proposed resolution is included in your packet that would authorize this. Some things that we would need to do to that vehicle is replace the back seat, correct? Put a cage in it and install lights on the vehicle.
Questions, comments?
That leaves us a buffer of about $13,000 that was budgeted. Would that be adequate to do, chief, to equip the truck?
Yeah, it should be in that ballpark.
Questions, comments, motion to approve?
Did we budget separately, assuming we were going to use all our budget for the vehicle itself, did we also budget, we assumed that would probably be baked into the price?
Yes. And we had a different line item made for the radio. Right, the
In-car.
computer, I'm sorry, the computer system.
Questions, comments? Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to accept quote for the Pacific Cycle roof repairs and waive formal bidding procedures. Mr. Bradley.
This proposed project would repair the southwest 100,000 square foot of roofing, of the roof, by replacing 10 foot of the EPDM. The EPDM is the black rubber roof along the entire south edge and 5 feet of the EPDM along the entire west wall. All extrusions, penetrations in the roof will be inspected and repaired as needed. And for other areas, as described in the quote, all areas will be inspected and repaired as needed as well. The cost for this project will be $192,232. ACI Roofers has been the contractor we have used for these repairs for decades. They're familiar with the structure, have been great to work with. I recommend accepting the quote from ACI and waiving formal bid procedures. A resolution and quote are included in your packet regarding this project.
Questions, comments, or motion to approve?
It says here that they do 2-year warranties. Have they got a good reputation for following up on?
Absolutely,
That
yes.
work?
Yeah, that's the best you could do for a repair. It's not a replacement, it is a repair.
And just to clarify in the wording, it might lead one to consider that the areas include the southwest 100,000 square foot area.
Correct.
That's just identifying the area. That's not meaning 100,000,
We're not replacing
1,000 square is gonna be
100,000
replaced.
square foot of
Right.
roofing, no.
approximately how much roofing does this, how many squares is this, Jesse?
I'm not for sure, it's the whole, south perimeter of the southwest quadrant, and then the west perimeter, and then the rest of the roof, we're just repairing
Spot
that
repairs.
100,000 feet, but we're using a Beta's patented perimeter on those two sides, they're getting new membrane reinforced and everything, I mean, it works on those. And we're, installing our vents, Beta vents as well.
Any further questions or comments?
This is something that really needs to happen
No question.
because we've seen video of during a storm that the wind will get underneath there and it's bringing it up, I'm gonna say 3 feet. Would you agree? Yeah.
3 or 4 feet. This will, our perimeter will eliminate all that completely.
Stronger it blows, the stronger it sucks.
Yeah, it's,
Veda vent. Yeah, they work.
Questions, comments?
Motion
Motion to
to-
approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to amend the 26-27 water plant budget for electrical work. Mr. Bradley.
Some active electrical projects at the water plant were not able to be completed by the end of the past fiscal year because parts were delayed. Because of this, we will need to do a budget amendment for the 2026-2027 budget. A resolution is included in your packet that would authorize this amendment. And I'd just like to add
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action to authorize preliminary engineering services for the 26-27 budgeted road project collection. Mr. Bradley.
We have budgeted an amount of $1.6 million for road repairs. I have discussed these with you previously, and we are ready to have you authorize the preliminary engineering on these projects. As a reminder, this collection would include improvements to Monroe Street from Whittle to East, Glenwood Avenue from Whittle to East, South Morgan from Lafayette to Glenwood, and improvements to Eastgate subdivision. That includes gutter replacement and soil sealing there. All of these streets would be soil sealing.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Very high traffic roads too, aren't they? Most of them.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is adoption of a resolution for maintenance of streets and highways by municipalities under the Illinois Highway Ordinance. Mr. Bradley.
This is the MFP plan for the year. The city engineer and street department supervisor have prepared the IDOT resolution that is required to appropriate the money necessary for the summer road maintenance program. Your packet includes the IDOT resolution and a listing of the roads that will be seeing road work as part of this program.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Motion.
Second? Second. Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is ordinance to authorize the donation of personal property owned by the city of Olney, a 2015 Chevrolet Silverado from the fire department. Mr. Bradley.
Last year, the Richland County Sheriff's Department donated a retired 2015 Chevrolet Silverado to the fire department. The department has been using this vehicle as an assistant chief's vehicle. The Village of Noble Fire Department is in need of a vehicle. Since this was donated to us, we feel it would be appropriate for us to donate it to another community fire department within our mutual aid network that is in need. We have also contacted the sheriff, and he has no issue with this. An ordinance is included in your packet that would authorize this donation.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to waive formal bidding procedures for the purchase of a 2019 pickup truck for the fire department. Mr. Bradley.
In this year's budget, we have included $60,000 for an assistant fire chief squad vehicle. A 2019 Dodge Ram 2500 has been found at a price of $38,000 out of Expressway GMC in Mount Vernon. Additional funds budgeted would be used to outfit the vehicle. The fire chief and mechanic have inspected the truck, believe it is in good shape, and believe it will fit our needs per resolution 2025-R-06. I have advised Chief Harmon that he is permitted to move forward with securing this vehicle. The purchase was made on Friday, May 8th. A resolution is in your packet that would waive formal bidding procedures for this purchase.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to approve change order with Keeper Brothers Construction Company Incorporated for the North Avenue Waterline Replacement Contract. Mr. Bradley.
Due to additional work on this project, approval on a change order is needed. We will need to replace approximately 35 linear feet of a leaking 8-inch water line and bore 80 feet of 16-inch casing to go under the brick storm sewer at North Avenue and Whittle Avenue. The increase in this cost would be $112,091.76. A resolution is included in your packet to authorize this change.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Motion.
Was this anticipated?
It was known that
Was-
brick storm sewer was going through the area.
Yeah.
To this degree, I don't think it was
Yeah.
anticipated. Would you like to add anything to that, Mr. Bridges?
Right, we did not anticipate
I didn't think so.
that the storm sewer was gonna be in the way of
And this additional $112,000 is coming from,
It
Water.
just came out of the water
The water.
department, the whole project is, but we didn't know that before we did the budget finalized, so I've got it added in there.
very good.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to accept quotes for riding lawnmowers for the park department and waive formal bidding procedures. Mr. Bradley.
This year, we have budgeted 3 riding lawnmowers for the park department, one of which would be paid for out of the perpetual fund, or perpetual care fund. The park department supervisor has received 4 quotes. While the low quote is for the Bad Boy Rogue model, Mr. Thomas instead recommends accepting the quote from Stanley Mower Repair and Sales for the Husqvarna Z560X mowers. This type of mower has served the department well over the years, and we have great quality of service from Mr. Stanley. I recommend waiving formal bidding procedures of purchasing 3 new Husqvarna mowers from Stanley Mower Repair and Sales for $36,000, including in your packet is a proposed resolution recommendation memo from Mr. Thomas and a copy of the quotes.
Questions, comments? Questions, comments,
Didn't we
motion
buy
to
a Bad Boy brand, just this
The water
That
department
was for
did.
the water department, that's what she recommended.
And we'll see.
I will say that mower will not be used daily like the park departments do.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is a resolution to accept bid for demolition of 208 North Boone Street. Mr. Bradley or Mr. Colwell?
Mr. Caldwell, got it?
We have put out for bid 2 properties. This is the first one, 208. Pictures do not do it justice.
Doesn't.
Everybody drove by and looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a low bid from Travis Excavation of $72.98. There is no asbestos at this property. We hit the jackpot there. So that is what it's gonna cost us plus our fees on top of that. So we'll be under 9,000 probably doing this one.
Questions, comments, motion to approve.
Two concerns, both minor, and it certainly won't stop my approval of this being raised, but, you know, there's quite a large family of cats living on that property, in that garage especially, because the door's up about a foot, you know, and they're just wild as March hares, but having some sensitivity to our fellow creatures on the planet, was there any possibility of contacting animal control? Could they perhaps?
Animal Control actually contacted us about it when a neighbor called them about our sign on there. Their only concern was they wanted somebody to walk through the house to make sure they were out. And we do that anyway because we never know if there's a squatter inside.
Right. So when,
I mean, we will do our best we can.
yeah, if someone approaches with a, you know, a track hoe, those cats are just gonna scatter just to be perhaps hitting the roadway, or who knows? I mean, the humane thing would be to try to catch them. I tried to lure one in, they're just wild, but I just hate to see them suffer. And second, I know, the raising specs, require clearing of all vegetation on the property. And there's a large tree that is just on the alley, and would that be able to be saved and, you know, just not completely
If
cleared?
it's a good tree, yes.
It's a nice mulberry, it's solid tree, it's right on the alley, I don't think it
All
would
the brush
interfere.
around the house, of course, will have to go,
Right.
all that, but yeah,
But,
it's like North Mill, we left some trees on it that were good trees, yeah.
Mr. Jones, right across the alley, took down a large maple tree last summer. I'm not sure why. He couldn't give me a good answer. He was in good health too, but there was the 2 large trees in the middle of that block, and if this mulberry goes too, it's gonna look pretty open and bare. And it certainly will increase the amount, if it's cleared, and maybe the property owner, hopefully it doesn't become us, but it would make it more attractive perhaps to sell that lot. I would just ask that that would be possible.
Mr. Jones is building a storage unit on his property, that may be why the tree came down.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, I know the house is abandoned, there's a couple of qualifications, it's gotta be abandoned, and it's gotta be open, right?
Mhm.
Was there a hole in the roof or something? Is
Front
that
door
right?
was open.
Front door was open?
Yeah, and there's a huge hole in the roof as the
Yeah,
second
I-
picture
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
The first picture shows, the second
Okay,
picture shows what's falling in.
Yeah, I was just curious how, how that went, yeah.
Yeah, front door was wide open.
You know, these situations, Dallas, you try to contact the owner, was there any, I noticed that their taxes are paid, so if someone's aware of the property and paying their tax bill, but they won't
Property
return.
owners in California,
Yeah, they just,
and
yeah.
Mr. Zuber tells us who to send the letters to, and does a great job telling us that, and we send them all out and no contact.
Quick question on the amount. The resolution shows 7928. Everything else shows 7298. Which one is it?
298 is what it was, right, Kelsey? Yep.
Have we done business with Travis?
Yeah.
He did, the
One-
York Street property.
One other, and
Yeah.
was the job satisfactory? I mean, he's coming in a considerable savings over the
Mhm.
high bid.
Yeah, we had a couple close, we had another one close, but then we had some high ones, well, we always do. Luckily, we did have, appreciate everybody that bid, we had 4 bids, that's a good thing.
It is.
I'll make a motion.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda.
633 South Morgan.
Yeah.
It's been empty in my 7 years here, it's under a family. Mr. Zuber did the title search for it, reviewed the title search, we sent all the letters out. Roof has a huge hole in it, door was open, garage is collapsing, it's getting worse and worse every day.
Questions, comments? Is there any asbestos in this one?
This one does have asbestos, $1,702 to remove, but we do have a very favorable demo bid on it of $7,400.
Questions, comments?
Is this on North Morgan or South Morgan?
South
South.
Morgan.
The resolution shows North Morgan. 633 South Morgan.
I don't
New
know the
English
math, so-
teacher.
That'd be a little awkward if we tear down 633 North Morgan.
Might not be appreciative of that.
Now, if I may ask just for, the budgetary, all those questions that we had in the past, assuming you had the money last year, when would you have been ready to tear this one down in the previous fiscal year budget? How long did it basically sit around for you before you were, ready to pull the trigger on it, you just didn't have the money to do it?
I just worked with the budget I had, I really didn't think like that, I did what the worst houses I could do. I mean, I'm gonna try to do all I can this year.
Yeah.
I don't have a really good answer to that question, I
That's
did what I
fine.
could.
Just kinda wondered, were you,
Once I get to the point there's no money left, then I
Right,
kind of
right.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, whoever you want to take that. Any further discussion? Further discussion, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is a ordinance to amend section 8.08.020 International Fire Code of 2018 edition. Additions, insertions, deletions, and changes. When we put that together, it's on its own. Of the City of Olney Municipal Code. There has been, some businesses that have approached us about the sale of fireworks. In 2005, the sale of fireworks of certain types, so long as they were not construed to be handheld, such as bottle rockets, Roman candles, chasers, firecrackers, of the like, rockets are not allowed to be sold, but there are certain fireworks that are allowed to be sold by in municipalities or in counties in the state of Illinois. So I'm just asking that we amend this in order that we could, instead of having fireworks being shot off in the city of Olney that were bought in Indiana or wherever, that they are bought in the city of Olney.
So these will be established businesses or just businesses that would come for the season?
I think they would be businesses that come for the season, but the one people that are interested already have businesses here in Albany. So, and have made some recent investments in the community, so,
And the permit is $500.
that is correct.
And police or and fire department, chief, are you okay with this arrangement? Will you be satisfied with inspecting these temporary booths or your designee?
You want me to start?
I can't, doesn't matter.
We found out today that there's more to this than just somebody selling.
That I mean, but it's not being enforced anywhere else that we know of.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I
but-
understand that completely,
Yeah.
but
You know, fireworks are illegal now, and I have surrounding my neighborhood private displays that would have rivaled the counties 10 years ago. I mean, and I know the enforcement has just got completely out of hand. You can't, if someone complains, you do, I'm sure, respond to it. But it has gotten so widespread, these displays, at the lake, at the country club. I don't know if they still do theirs, but in town, I know surrounding me there are 3 parties that will, and being a pet owner, my pets are just they're not consolable in their distress for these. And I don't have PTSD, but I can tell you that it is quite, when you hear that first one go off, it is very reminiscent of mortar fire. And I imagine someone who had been in a greater, more dire combat position than I had ever been might be really concerned about it. I only say that because I'm fine with the display at the park. I think it's a wonderful way to celebrate, certainly this year on our 250. I just, I've already seen that the existing illegal displays that are continuing to increase seemingly every year. I don't know if this is gonna, but just keep throwing a little more fuel on that fire. These all seem harmless and innocuous, but personally not for it.
Excellent.
Aren't we opening up a whole can of worms with the required end user training, site inspections by the fire department before the consumer fireworks are lit off? A consumer fireworks license, I mean, the state law just goes on and on.
And that's being done absolutely nowhere that I've
know.
found. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, I was told to consult the city of Effingham because that was the closest area. They do not permit the sale in the city of Effingham, in the city limits. They're sold in the county, I mean, just literally across the city limits, it's signed.
That is correct. But do we know of anywhere where they are making people buy these permits? Because I've not found anywhere yet.
I can't speak to that. Most people, I mean, I think most people go out of state to buy them, so I don't know directly.
And
I
so
can tell
the
you the problem doesn't necessarily rise with the sale of the fireworks. It comes with the permit for the end user to use it. Because the training that they're required to do, if they're even going to do it, requires a 400-foot fallout zone for the mortar fire.
Is
And there's
that
not.
being done anywhere that we know of practically?
No, I can just tell you what the Office of the State Fire Marshal
Is that being
requires.
done anywhere practically that we know of?
Why couldn't it start here then? Maybe we can
Because
start
then
a
you might
trend.
as well not do it. I'm not really one in getting into people's, I mean, that's like we had this conversation. What if somebody were to come into the city of Olney and buy fireworks, and they lived outside the city, and then are we going to make them buy permits? Because we have no jurisdiction up there.
No.
I mean,
Not outside, but we're talking inside the limits.
are we going to stop those people that are doing it now then?
Why, and I would question, nothing on you, chief, but why isn't that being enforced? They are certainly illegal.
Because it's the Fourth of
Displays.
July. I mean, it has been a tradition since 1776 to set off fireworks on the 4th of July.
Yeah. Fireworks, I'm
I
okay with.
believe
the-
John Adams actually wrote to his wife Abigail on the 4th of July of 1776 that that's how we should remember that day.
Would you agree that the scale and intensity of fireworks in the last, say, 10 years has increased considerably?
Oh, I would say not from the 50s and 60s when you could buy.
Oh, there were people lighting off firecrackers and some bottle rockets, but we're talking full-on 4-inch mortars that will hit 350, 500 feet.
I don't think you can purchase that at a fireworks stand. I know places you can purchase that. You can't purchase that at a legal fireworks stand in the state of Illinois. we don't have to do this, but let's not kid ourselves. It's kind of like the marijuana deal. Just because we say you can't buy them here, doesn't mean you're not going to buy them here. And I would prefer to have the money stay here in Olney than go somewhere else. I mean, that's just the fact. The fact is that we can find nobody that makes somebody sit through an hour course to get a consumer fireworks permit. And we're not going to do it with people that are buying them somewhere else. We're just not. So that's silliness. I mean, in reality, let's talk about reality instead of the ifs and buts. I know what state law says, and that's been there since 2006, correct? That's when it went into effect.
Correct.
And
So
nobody's,
is a certain
Nobody's
caliber of fireworks that require a licensed end user license of
I
some
think
sort?
technically if you have a snake, you're supposed to probably.
Snakes are exempt.
Yeah,
Or something that's
there's
a
several that are
projectile.
exempt, yeah, there's, the ones that are currently sold at Motomart and Walmart, various places in town,
Yeah,
those are all
sparklers.
exempt, yeah.
Snakes, yeah,
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
snakes.
I would differentiate between the dispensary and this is a one-day-a-year event, and it's,
I understand, I'm just saying, it doesn't mean it's not going to be done.
I don't wanna go down that rabbit hole, but I agree with this.
Is there any interest at all in approaching those who are in offense in stopping their displays on private property?
I mean, I think so long as they're not, A, being stupid, or B, doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning and it becomes a noise violation. I mean, let's be honest, it's usually, we're getting to the time in
It's a
June, there
few
will be
hours.
some, and it will taper off by the end of July, and it'll be done. And the heart of that will be the 2 weeks around the 4th of July.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Can I say something?
You may.
So are we officially going to offer the training?
Well, if we're going to do that, there's no sense of doing this, because that's just silliness.
We're just
Nobody's
not
gonna
even,
do it.
we're not gonna go there at all.
I don't know that it's our business to say where something's going after it's sold. We don't do that with alcohol. We don't say, you know, like I said, if it's being bought by people from outside the city limits, that's none of our business anyway. We have no legal jurisdiction once you leave the city limits of Olney.
Right, but by allowing it in the city limits, we're saying we condone this practice
But we allow it now.
from out of state, perhaps out of state purchases.
But wouldn't it be better that those people would at least purchase some of it here, that we could capture some of that revenue?
I would rather not be purchased at all.
So
Well, then I would encourage you not to buy it.
so,
Yeah.
so ours,
Like you said with alcohol,
Yeah.
they got, bartenders gotta get their license online.
These people will have licenses as well. They have to be
Well,
licensed by the state fire
that's
marshal.
What
And
I'm saying is a bartender's gotta get their license online. Well, maybe they get their license
They-
online.
they have to go through a state inspection from the fire marshal's office and be licensed to do it. And then they can only sell to people that are 18 years of age or older.
Okay, what can it hurt to go ahead and do it now? And if it goes through where other places in the state do it,
Oh, they already allow it in other places in the state. Gillespie, Litchfield, outside of Effingham. There's any number of places that do it, and none of those places, in Lebanon, and they have it in their ordinance that they will do the permits, but they don't do the permits.
what could it hurt just to pass it and have it?
Did you get an
Places go
answer?
somewhere else, they go somewhere else.
I'm not even sure what I asked, to be honest. But I
Sure.
have another question.
Shoot.
So, let's be clear. Our stance is we're going to allow it to be sold. But from a law enforcement perspective, we're saying that it is illegal to possess and discharge, or just discharge.
So why should the ones purchased inside the city of Olney be less legal than those ones? We're not stopping the ones that come from outside.
I'm just saying, we're basically looking at it the same as what it's always.
That would be my argument, that we just look at it the
Because
same as
right
it's
now,
been.
people are purchasing them and bringing them to Olney, knowing that they're illegal.
They're
and
illegal.
They could be
Yes.
subject to it.
So why are we not addressing the illegal nature of this action?
Because it's legal in the states, you can sell them in the state.
I mean the discharge. I mean, the actual
Well, I
launching
don't
of
know
those.
why anyone would purchase a firework without discharging it.
Well,
I mean,
of the-
that would be silly.
There is a considerable safety hazard to the individuals, and there's a fire hazard when these babies land on somebody's roof. Just because there's not been a tragedy in this town doesn't mean that it couldn't possibly happen.
Oh, I mean, there's always tragedies that
Yeah.
happen. I mean, life's inherently dangerous. But
And, you know, it's like, well, we need to celebrate, and fireworks are part of the celebration. I believe we're ponying up $25,000 for one heck of a fireworks
We are.
display at the city fair, at the county fairgrounds. So, I mean, it has always
We assume,
distressed me to allow illegal activity and just turn a blind eye to it.
we
well,
assume,
we
that-
always have turned a blind eye to it. It's not like we're-
Not always. I remember a police car pulling up in front of my neighbor's house in the 1960s, and someone got carted off. Yeah, but it has just been a slippery slope. It's just become larger and larger, and it's not been challenged
We
in the last
assume
several
that the-
years. It doesn't make it less legal.
we assume that the purchasers of these products are following the laws of every state, including ours.
I mean, that would be what I would say. I mean, like I said, we do know that these other municipalities in the state of Illinois, which there are numerous ones, do not jump through the hoops that have been prescribed, because if you did, there'd be no reason to do it. And we just know that they're not. They're assuming that these fireworks are going off somewhere, and I just don't, we're not changing reality. All right, so there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Then we'll have more discussion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Oh, I got discussion. So, why are we gonna codify, I guess, a municipal code adjustment? You know, fire chief shall, inspect the proposed display site, blah, blah, blah. So we're putting that in the code, but wink, wink, we're not doing that?
That is exactly what the other municipalities I've found have done.
So what other stuff in our municipal code are we just
Yeah,
gonna wink, wink?
I am not comfortable with that attitude.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I
Not at all.
think there's been some wheat things and other issues that have happened in the past.
Are they reporting sales tax here?
They are, they would, wherever they're located.
How does that work? Do they go to, do they report to
The state, state
and
revenue.
And they just say where they sold it?
Yeah. Further discussion?
See, down there on 64 would be an example of where they do sell them at,
No, that's correct.
yeah.
Further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote.
If we're not gonna, just with respect to my own personal property, if we're not going to abide by the fire chief signing off on it, I would like for that to be stricken from the ordinance. So I'm not held liable for any.
Would you like to amend your motion to say thus?
Yes.
That's amended. Julia, are you right with seconding it? Scott Chief, you're welcome. Further discussion? Further discussion. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Lambert,
Yes?
Councilman Miller,
No.
Councilman Fehrenbacher,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ikorst,
Yes.
Councilman Iyer.
No.
Motion passes. Next time on the agenda, report from elected and appointed officials, status report. City Manager Bradley.
An update on the vet clinic. The deed has been transferred to the new owner and the remodel has started, so that's a good deal.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll be up and running in August, so that's good news. East Street and Elliott Street Bridge project, we received, plan approval from CSX, so that's back up and running. Is that correct in saying we're completely up and running and we're waiting on the crane to show up?
Yes, they said they're gonna start on Elliott Street first.
Okay.
We have
Very good.
flaggers?
Flyers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, when does it start then again?
Elliott Street will start early next week.
Oh, nice.
Great.
How long will it take, do you estimate?
I think they said 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then they'll move on to
Then
East
they'll
Street.
move over to East Street.
So what is that out now? What are we thinking, Tom, total?
We're still thinking 4 weeks on that?
Yeah.
So 6 weeks from now. Gotcha.
Happy dance.
Is that it for that one? There is an opening in the water distribution department, so anybody that is interested in applying can pick up an application at City Hall. Storm sewer project on East Scott Street is moving forward. putting pipe in the ground. And the Main Street project will be starting hopefully next week. That's all I have.
Questions or comments for the city manager?
They're starting at 1:30 and heading east. Is that what their plan is?
They're starting at Route 50.
Or 50 and coming west. Okay, cool.
Very good. RCDC report. RCDC annual meeting is tomorrow at noon at OCC. The investor meeting, so. All right, very good. Chamber of Commerce report.
Okay, we will be having an after hours tomorrow at the Vault from 5 to 8. Everybody should stop by if they can. Also, Squirrel Sounds is going to be coming up. Check the Facebook page. There's gonna be 8 bands / groups. Gonna be stuff for kids to do, and we will have over 50 vendors. 8 bands, so it's gonna be really fast. And as I said, check the Facebook page at Only in the Greater Richland County Chamber of Commerce. Lots of good information there.
Thank you very much. Anything further from elected appointed officials? Seeing none, I would accept a motion to enter into closed session to discuss the sale or lease price of real property, acquisition of real property, appointment, employment, compensation, performance of specific employees. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.